a premium fidget spinner. Video game and the Toys for Bob shows up. So Toys for Bob is in another video game. I think your Twitch just broke, Jordan. What's up, Dark Navi? How you doing today? Is it DreamWorks? I have no idea. I have no idea what happened with Toys for Bob. But yeah, I think Twitch is just kind of acting a fool sometimes. I think it's been acting a little funny the past couple of days in particular. Yo, what's going on, Crusher? How are you doing today? And welcome, welcome. I might do 3 later, Pricey Boy. I'm not exactly sure. I'm not exactly sure after Crash 2 what I want to do next. I think I do want to do another Crash 2 run just to get a little bit more seat time with this game. But I don't know if I want to do Crash 3 next, or if maybe I want to go back to Crash 1. I'm not really sure. What's happening, EdNet? How are you doing today as well? Yo, I want the Nom sticker. I want the Nom sticker, definitely. You're good. Oh, that's good to hear. And you changed your name. What was your name previously, Crusher? You've been a long-time viewer. I'm curious to know. Test your emote. Is it like a affiliate sub emote, Camman, or is it a Frankerface Z emote? Because if it's FFZ, I'm gonna have to add it manually into my channel for it to show up. Da, 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 da. That was my sound effect for receiving the sticker. Trip 0420. Oh, awesome. I was going to say I hadn't recognized the name before, but if you have been lurking before, then that would explain it. I'm glad you enjoyed the stream regardless, though. And definitely no trouble with lurking whatsoever. However you prefer to enjoy the stream is totally fine with me. I don't know, it just kind of popped into my head at the time, Godsonic. It just felt right, you know? It just felt right. Oh, it is a Frankerface Z emote. Okay, because that has to be manually added into the channel for it to show up. And when Crash is on a speed boost, he's just like, ah! He's like Shaggy. He's like Shaggy, just like, zoinks! I'm going so fast! Didn't know that the Bouncing Betties were in here as well. That's actually a really funny name for those mines, and yes, they are in there. They are, in fact, in there. Scooby Snacks? Dude, I wish. Unfortunately, I do not have any Scooby Snacks in the house. Does it show in chat? It won't, Camman. It won't unless I manually add it to the channel. Like, I would have to manually add it into my channel before it would show up in chat. Unless it's a Frankerface global emote, which I don't think it is if it's a user-submitted emote. Where am I from? I'm from the United States, Elfruit. I used to live on the East Coast in a state called Maryland, and now I live on the West Coast in a state called Washington. Just moved here a few weeks ago, for that matter. Oh, does it show in your channel? I have no clue. I would have to go to your channel and see. We'd have to try that later. I thought the little circle on the mines were SpaghettiOs. If only. I tried to change my direction there, and it just didn't work. So we're going to pick up the gem. It's only a couple of seconds of time loss. It's not a huge deal. But I thought I moved my analog stick a certain way, and instead I just went straight again. You lived in America for a few years. Oh, cool. Where in America, if you don't mind me asking? And yo, what's up, Captain Rimmer? Welcome, welcome. I'm glad you're enjoying the stream, by the way. That is awesome to hear. How's it going? Arizona? Okay. I think the only time I've been to Arizona was actually, the only time I've been to Arizona was when I went to the Grand Canyon. That was awesome. I definitely have fond memories of that experience. But where do you live now? Just curious. And what's up, Ginger Gamer Guy? How's it going with you as well? That's exactly what I did too, Dark Navi. I basically did the same thing. I immediately switched to Coco, and I basically played as Coco most of the entire time. Yo, what's up, Cug? I do remember you. Your name does, in fact, look very familiar, man. How's it going? And I hope you've been well in the meantime. Super hot in France. I've heard that there's another heat wave going through Western Europe, Captain Rimmer. So hopefully it ends soon, or you found a comfortable way to cope. So I know air conditioning is actually not super common as it is in the United States. As a matter of fact, where I live in the U.S., air conditioning is not common because it just doesn't get warm enough to need it. Ah, that's fine. Yo, what's happening, Gon? Thanks for the good luck, buddy. How you doing today? Whoops. What's faster, slide spinning or slide jumping? It depends. If you have the crash shoes, it's faster to hold down the R2 button and slide jump. But in any percent runs, are not required to get the crash shoes, and when you do get the crash shoes, you've already beaten the final boss, and it doesn't matter. So slide spinning is the fastest way to move without the crash shoes, because sliding is the most important part of moving. So of movement in this game. So slide spinning allows you to get more slides in per minute, essentially. So and that's basically why it ends up being faster. That makes sense. That makes sense, Yang Foxes. If it does get hot all the time, I would imagine that those regions would basically have to have it as a quality of life sort of thing. At least you have a big fan, Captain Rimmer. And normally with the windows open and like all the doors open in the house, it's not a big deal. It stays pretty reasonable. It stays pretty reasonable. Indeed, I do, Cug. I do indeed. How are you doing today? You're in your basement and it's cold? Sounds good to me. Unfortunately, I stream on the top floor of the house, so it gets a little bit warmer than other parts of the house do, but it's not terrible. But it's definitely not terrible. What's happening, our dude, by the way? How are you doing? And you're from Finland and live there now. That's pretty cool. So I guess what brought you to America, for that matter? Curious to hear, because I don't really know too many people who are from countries abroad, lived in the U.S. and then you know, ended up going back. There, we actually made the jump properly, so no big deal. How many gems does Crash have? You'd be surprised what can fit up there, Dark Reapers. I don't know how he managed to make it happen. Maybe I don't want to know. Maybe we should stop talking about that. It's going to get a little TMI. I think you're talking about the Activision article, Volky, that I want to read later, because it's definitely stirred up some hot debate about, you know, the Insane Trilogy physics and the controversy around how difficult it is. Oh, I meant to do Snow Go first. That's fine. Oh, okay, Elfruit. I see what you mean now. I had some neighbors who did the same thing. They worked for the they worked for the government and ended up moving to England for, I think it was 3 years, back when I was in grade school. and and then they came back to the U.S. and basically lived there, and have basically remained U.S. citizens for, you know, and residents for forever since. Yo, I'm glad you're doing well, by the way, R-Dude, and Super Spyro as well. Playing to wait, when is the 12-hour challenge? When is the next 12-hour challenge, Super Spyro? And what's happening, Red Juan? The Ginger Gamer guy with the Twitch Prime sub. Yo, thank you for your support and for hitting that sub button, man. I do appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, definitely got stuck on the scenery there. What's my favorite Crash in this trilogy? Oh, don't worry about it, first of all. And Crash 1, I think, is my favorite in the trilogy. I think that's the one that I prefer to run the most. Toys for Bob are with Activision? Ah, that's why. That would make sense. I don't know. He has his ways. He has his ways, Yin Yang. This route is very different, Dark Navi. One of the reasons why is because of the masks. You want to make sure you have third mask form basically as much as possible. So the routing is totally different as a result of that. Sometimes when I close my eyes, I don't see. Astute observation there, Yin. Or Yin Yang. I think Crash 1 is the one that really improved the most. Like, I think the other ones still improved, especially visually, and, you know, some jumps that used to be really hard in the OG trilogy actually got easier. For example, the glitch high jumps to go across the Ruination pillars are actually, like, pretty easy now, and it used to be, like, impossible in the OG trilogy, or at least significantly harder. So I wouldn't say they haven't improved, like for Crash 2 and 3. But Crash 1 definitely had a huge improvement, and it's a very, very fun experience. Really, really love it. For speedrunning, it's a different story. If we're talking about just like normal gameplay, you know, that's one thing, but speedrunning is a totally different story, Madhouse. Milk Chan bringing up the real talk there. Asking the real questions and demanding real answers. Crash 2 was my favorite when I was younger, Captain Rimmer as well. I think once you do get to play it, I'm curious to hear your thoughts about which one you find better as well. Is Ripperoo a doctor too? Well, he's clearly been studying. I don't know if he's got a doctorate, but he's definitely become very studious in his time off. Between Crash 1 and 2. Oops. There we go. He isn't, but he definitely still is very crazy and definitely has not lost his Ripperoo-ness in general. You could, but it's not really that helpful, Dark Navi. If you do this route and you get third mask form, it will slow you down. I almost had the same time on all 3 games for any percent. With my newer PBs, Corpsey, that I'm going to submit later, that's also true. I have basically the same PB in all 3 games. I have no clue how, but I think I have 111s with loads now in like all 3 games. Yo, welcome back, James Murr. I PB'd my last run. This 111.39 is my new PB, as a matter of fact. Sweet. Yo, Uncle Iro, what's going on today, man? And thank you. I think we are well on our way to having fun today. How are you doing today as well, for that matter? But yeah, it's definitely like pretty crazy how like my Insane Trilogy any percent times are like really close together across all 3 games. I don't really know how, honestly. It just kind of is that way. Do. Uncle Iro is here, but Zuko is where? Sounds like we have a very tired Dark Reapers in chat, by the way. Your nephew has lost his way again. Dude, don't we all? I'm going to actually do a different route here. I'm going to do Snowbiz first. I want to try to get all the mask levels out of the way while I have 2 masks, and then go into the levels where the masks don't matter. So 80% is beating them normally? I don't think so. I don't think it's 80%. I think it's like 53% for Crash 1 or Crash 2, excuse me. And then for Crash 3 it's like 30%, and then Crash 1 is some percent. I don't remember exactly. But yeah, there's like different percentages for each game when you get the minimum completion percentage. It's definitely not as high as 80 though. You don't need many crates for any percent? Nope. You don't actually need any crates. How do you get 102%? Get all crystals, all gems, and all gold relics or higher. Can't love cats. There we go. And glad you're doing well, by the way, Uncle Iro. That's awesome. And hopefully your nephew finds his way soon. Checkpoints plus max equal useful. I mean, I'll still get checkpoints and I'll still go for mass boxes, but there's no requirement to go out of your way to hit any boxes. But yeah, you'll definitely get the boxes that are useful. Only the ones that are useful, though. Was it on purpose that I got 3 masks? You are correct on both counts. It was on purpose, and in the original, it was slower to get the 3rd mask form for Crash 2. But in across all 3 games, it is faster to get. It is faster for the most part to get 3rd mask form. There's only a couple of cases where it's not faster. Okay, so what we're gonna do? So I want to do Snowbiz first, and now we're gonna do Crash Crush and Barrett. Get rid of the levels where we don't need the masks, and then an air crash will likely take out 2 masks to go into Warp 3. Yeah, the Wumpa Fruit just gives you lives. Wumpa Fruit is not a collectible in the game. It's not like Spyro where you have to collect all the gems, or where you have to collect like a certain number of music notes in Banjo-Kazooie. The Wumpa Fruit has no impact on completion percentage. It's basically an extra. Is Crash literally a gem? You have to become one with the gem, Grasshopper. What's going on, Fireblade? I kind of know what you mean though. Like I had the same feelings when I beat Grand Theft Auto 5 and when I beat like Fallout 3 and like some other game in Skyrim. Like when I spent a lot of time grinding a certain game and then I completed the game and it was like, wait, now what do I do? You know, you spend so much time basically on that one thing, and then when it's over, you're kind of lost. You know, it's kind of weird. But I definitely feel you there, Fireblade. I've been there before. That being said, there are time trial leaderboard grinds. You can learn speed runs. The fun definitely doesn't stop there. Yo, DJR dude, thanks for the 100 bits, man. Kind of looks like a gem or a crystal. It's kind of like both. It's almost like a gem fused with a crystal, because it's kind of got that, you know, it's kind of got that diamond shape of a crystal, but and the same color, but it's got like kind of a short and stout, you know, gem appearance as well. It is kind of both, as a matter of fact. Ugh. Ugh. Did not need that TMI. Do not need that TMI, Dark Reapers. TV series in a nutshell, like when you finish a TV series that you've been watching a lot, I can definitely relate to that too. Like when I finished Breaking Bad, when I finished Breaking Bad, that was especially bad because like I love that TV series and I just didn't have anything to watch after that for like a little while. I've been lucky though because after I finished The Wire, I found Oz, and then after Oz, I've now found The Sopranos, and now like after The Sopranos, I've got like a couple other shows I have like kind of in my backlog. So we'll see what happens. Parks and Rec. I can't do Parks and Rec. Like, I guess my sense of humor doesn't really line up super well with Parks and Rec. Like, I can watch it a little bit and kind of laugh at it some, but it doesn't really do it for me. Silicon Valley is good. Like the movie or the TV show? Do I like Better Call Saul? Yes, that's actually a TV show I need to catch up on, James Murr. Okay, I just want to make sure, because I've seen the old Silicon Valley movie, but that's pretty interesting, though. I find Silicon Valley just kind of interesting anyway, so I definitely want to hit that up later on as well. What comedy TV show? I honestly don't watch a lot of comedy TV shows. Like I tend to watch like very like kind of dark and like gritty dramas, like your Breaking Bads, The Wire, Better Call Saul, like stuff that's like kind of gritty. I really like. Not that I don't like comedy at all. It's just like I'm very picky about it, and I'm very picky about it, and I tend to prefer like dramas. I'm so jaded and dark. You guys just don't understand me. I'm just kidding, of course. Modern Family and Prison Break. I've heard good things about each of those shows, for sure. Do I watch Suits? No. I've heard that show mentioned before, but I've not watched Suits. Can you give me a brief synopsis of what it's about? And and thanks Crusher for hanging out today. I do appreciate it. Thank you for the good luck. Community. I have watched a couple episodes of Community. I love Donald Glover. Community feels to me kind of like Parks and Rec. It kind of has that Parks and Rec kind of goofy feel to it, so I don't know. Well, like Workaholics, I can't really watch either. It has too much of that same kind of feeling. Curb Your Enthusiasm. I've not seen it, but I'm aware of Curb Your Enthusiasm. I don't know why. Like, I just kind of like the dark, gritty shows. It's kind of like, it's very interesting to me. Like, even with anime, like, I don't really like the over-the-top cute ones. Like, I don't, or like something like too Lolita-y, so to speak. I really like Death Note I'm watching right now, and I love it. Initial D I actually really liked. That one's a little bit, like, it's not really dark, but it's very personal. Like, the character development and, like, the struggles of the character are definitely, like, the forefront of like, the show itself, which I really like. Or is that crazy guy with an AK? If you're referring to Pinstripe, it actually has actually a Tommy gun, for that matter. Sci-fi? I mean, I like Star Wars. It's cool. Like I like sci-fi. I just can't, like, I don't know. I just can't get into it. It's like, I can't really get into it that much. Yo, what's up, Gimmick Soldier? Thanks for the good luck today, buddy. Yo, and is that true, Nettrex? That's pretty cool. That is pretty awesome, as a matter of fact. And thank you guys all for being here. You know, you really could be anywhere you want to, you know, on Twitch or anywhere in the world, but the fact that you're here really does mean a lot to me, and I thank you guys once again for your patronage. It is great to have you on this sunny Tuesday afternoon right here in the great state of Washington. 18 IF looks like it would be a good anime. I have no clue what that's about, actually. Like, what's the plot line? Show about a law firm that hires a dude that never went to law school. Oh, okay. That actually sounds like a pretty interesting show, for that matter. Yo, that would be sick, Yin Yang Foxes. More so for Yin getting the job. But if you guys want to sub, then that would be cool, too. Definitely do not feel pressured to. That goes for everybody. Only sub if you want to. Did I watch Castlevania on Netflix? No. I'm not aware of a Castlevania on Netflix for that matter. Are you talking about Crash Mind Over Mutant, the video game, Captain Schmucks? If so, I've never played it. Forget this guy. I'm going to Chris's channel. Oh, wait. It's the same channel. Fuck. Blew it. Check out the first episode and see how you feel about it. I'll definitely think about it. Can you send me a whisper as a reminder to check it out later? Some guy mentioned it. Mind Over Mutant and Crash of the Titans were very different games in the Crash Bandicoot series. I've heard, excuse me, that they're decent games, but they deviate a lot from the Crash Bandicoot formula. 4 episodes? Are there only 4 episodes in that entire show? That's kind of interesting, as a matter of fact. Yo, Slash Arbiter with the Twitch Prime sub, dude. Keep it up, man. Thank you for hitting that sub button. I do appreciate it, man. Thank you, thank you. Yo, I didn't actually jump, but it didn't matter. Nailed it. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Ba da da da. Whoops. That was not quite a glitch high jump there. I could jump over there, but I really want to take 2 masks in, and I'm gonna lose both my masks. Stop it! Wow. I really want to take 2 masks into this level, and then I got freaking like frame perfect flame hit, and then got a input buffered or something and just body slammed. That is a classic egg on face, foot in mouth type moment. Yo, what's going on, Sir Simple? How are you doing today? Nah, I never ignore anybody on purpose. Sometimes I just miss messages in chat. Sometimes I just miss messages in chat, though I do try my best. How are you doing today, by the way? So I got hit because I didn't anticipate the flame, like, staying so long, and then I body slammed and then tried to glitch high jump away from the flames, and because I got hit by the time my R1 input went through, I body slammed again and almost died. So that was definitely not good. It's okay though. Glad you're doing well, by the way, Sir Simple. That is awesome to hear. Yeah, the music is quite different. It sounds familiar. Like, all the music sounds very familiar to what the original, you know, to what it sounds like in the original, but they are different too. Like, very updated instruments, and overall it sounds great, I think. Oops. There we go. Perfect. There we go. Hopefully I can take an extra mask out of here into sewer later. But we'll see. Not gonna expect it given what happened in Road to Ruin. The hippos look too good for this game. They did spend an awful lot of time making the hippos look good. I'm not really gonna complain about that. Because I think like that really does show some awesome attention to detail. You know, they didn't really need to make the hippos very good at all. And, you know, they really did spend a lot of time on it, which is really cool. And, yo, Slash Arbiter, thank you for the host as well, man. I do appreciate it. What's up, Standout? How's it going today, man? Do 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 do. Road to Ruin is just strange. It's different. Like, some of the levels feel more different than others, but, you know, there's definitely that familiarity there. It is going quite well so far, but we are still definitely in the early stages in St. Paul. Definitely some very hard levels to come yet. This might be a hard one to answer, but what level do you think looks the best in the Insane Trilogy? That's a really good question. I don't know. What's the one level that looks really good? I don't know. I can't really answer that for sure. That's a very, very good question. I'm totally stumped. Oh, you made a donation yesterday? I don't think it came through. As a matter of fact, Standout. I don't think it came through. I'll have to check my PayPal later on and see if there is something sitting in my inbox. But yeah, I'm very sorry about that. I did not see it whatsoever. Yo, what's up, Tiny Aiden? How you doing? Which tree looks better? They all look really good across the board. That's what makes it so hard. Like, they all look so good. Yo, Slash, what's up, dude? How the run's been? Pretty good. I actually PB'd in this game in my previous run. And we could do it again. We might just be able to do it again. We'll see. Not going to get my hopes up, of course, but we'll see. Oh yeah, Toxic Waste has an awesome soundtrack. It's very rock and roll. The high road, the bridge levels too have that like kind of bossa nova feel to them, which I'm a total sucker for, personally. No, 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 no! Get out of there! Oh my god! Video game! Video game, please! Not like this. God, that's so bad. That's like all my time save gone. Dude, I literally just got stuck. That's what happened there. Do I think they kind of overdid it? I actually don't think so. I really like the lighting effects. Just had to hand wash all your clothes because the washing machine broke. Ouch. That's not good. Dude, I can't imagine. I can't imagine. Oh, geez. Dude, that's so bad. Like, come on. Come on. Like, I'm never going to try to skip that guy again if I have a mask. And I literally didn't try to avoid him at all. And then that time it was fine. I give up. I just give up. Oh, man. Dude, that's so painful, though. Like seriously. That is so painful. Yo, hopefully so, Jordan. I hope your washing machine comes very soon. Oh yeah, I need to do Unbearable next. Apparently going slightly to the right. I don't know. See, that's the thing. Like, it hasn't really clicked in my head yet what works. Because like, if I try to skip them, it doesn't work very well. But if I don't try to skip them and I just do something, then sometimes it does work. You know, I really hope it clicks in my head at some point, you know, how to actually do it. But like watching a video, or maybe, you know, now that I've gone slightly right and had it work, like maybe it'll actually work out better more often than not. But yeah, I literally just got stuck like underneath the stage. I've never gotten stuck there before. I've always like gotten a little bit stuck just like I've gotten a little bit stuck and then was able to jump out of it, which is fine. But I've never gotten just totally stuck where like I cannot like get out of there. Uh-oh. Hopefully you're not having too many problems with your ISP, Tiny Aiden. Ah, there we go. Sounds like your internet service provider, or sounds like your internet service has been unbearable. With running shoes, are easier to dodge. I can buy that. I definitely buy that for $1. Had to set it to auto. Aw, man, that's unfortunate. Hopefully it's just a temporary problem. Hopefully it is just a temporary problem. Sick of my crap. What do you mean? I do not understand. There's a good emote combination, Dark Reapers. Check a different channel, Dark Navi, and see. Oh, it's in my personal Discord, Dark Navi. Not in the Sprash Discord. I think it's my personal Discord. Dude, who doesn't love a good dad joke? And what's going on, Cody? Cody Questria, how are you doing today? What's up, cool dude? How's it going with you as well? Was I much of a CTR fan? I am, as a matter of fact, Mitch. I do love me some CTR, and I also hope it gets remastered at some point. A CTR remaster with online multiplayer, fantastic. That's an amazing idea, and I think it really should happen. You found this guy on YouTube who looks like me. Is it Matt Pat? Because I've heard that before. Otherwise, I got nothing. Can you send me a whisper with that link so I can check it out later, just in case it gets buried? Oh, it is actually Matt Pat. Fair enough. It's that guy from Game Theory. Whoa! That's so funny, though. I think it was like... There was some other, like, internet guy that people told me I looked like, but I don't remember who it was. I don't remember if it was a YouTuber or another Twitch streamer. I think there was one guy who came into my channel and thought I was 360 Chrism, or I thought I was 360 Chrism, which I can definitely see that. No, it's not Matt Pat. I mean Yeti the Whisper. Oh, I see. There might be like some resemblance. Don't necessarily mean that I look exactly like Matt Pat, but I think there is like some resemblance there. Vicarious is going to announce something big on the 20th. Wait, really? That's like Thursday. That's like Thursday. Dude, that's like now. That's pretty neat. Where are they going to announce it? What's up, head fellow? I look a lot like Shorty Guy. I don't think I'm familiar with Shorty Guy. Who is Shorty Guy and what does he do? What does he do on the internet? At the expo where Naughty Dog will be present as well. That's pretty neat. I wonder if it's gonna be another remake. I wonder if it's gonna be another remake or if it's gonna be Lost Treasures DLC. I kind of hope it's Lost Treasures DLC first, and then maybe they'll announce a remake later on. I look like the generic white male. Damn. Damn, that's not savage at all. A Twitch streamer who duos with Lyric a lot. Oh, cool. Sounds like he does a little bit of everything for that matter. That is pretty neat. What's going on, Oily Thighs? What's up, KFC? Oh, God. KFC Tryhard Watermelon. How's it going? That is pretty cool, though. That is pretty cool. Yeah, what I would give for CTR with multiplayer, honestly. That would be huge. Oh, I totally forgot to split. My bad. A remake per year? No, I don't think I would want them to do a remake per year because that's just asking for trouble. Like, that's asking for, like, at least one of those games to be bad quality. But, like, a CTR remake or a Spyro Trilogy remake would be super dope. DLC and another remake? Yo, let's go. That's living the dream right there. Okay, that didn't work. Yo, life is good, KFC. Life is good. What the heck? I swear I'm holding jump. There we go. I probably was holding jump for just not long enough. And that was what the problem was. That's okay, though. Life is good, though. I'm definitely feeling pretty solid today. How are you doing? You don't have to go to the side, by the way. I think that's a bit of muscle memory from the OG Crash 2 because you do have to go off to the side, or it's very likely that you'll get burnt. Do 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 do. If you don't have to in the Insane Trilogy, then that's actually really cool. But I personally just always have gone to the left, and it works out. Might not be the best thing to do, but it works. Oh, come on. That was right in the middle of that gap. That was right in the middle of the gap between the two platforms. That sucks. Angle was too perfect. Like, I would have made the jump. It would have been fine, but I was too far forward. Like, that's where I was supposed to land. I couldn't tell that I was gonna land too far forward there. It's pretty frustrating because it's like a very small area where you're not gonna make it. World record is for the full trilogy run, Headfellow. The world record currently is a 3:30:09 across all 3 games with loads. My PB is a 3:38, but there is. Okay, cool. There's sirens. Anyway, but there's 8 minutes is actually. It sounds like a really big gap, but it's actually not that much for a run that long across 3 games. But I'm doing the any percent categories right now of the single games, basically to practice each of the individual games and go faster, be more consistent at going faster before I go for the full trilogy world record again. Why not slide spin jump over alien sucker? I think because I'm a little bit worried about getting hit. I'm a little bit worried about his hitbox overlapping. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Headfellow. Poor Mose. Well said, Dark Reapers. No, it wasn't a pity mask. There's a mask at the very end of Ruination that I got there. Yeah, I wouldn't want them necessarily to make just remakes like all day long, Super Dito, like over the next 5 years. I definitely don't think I would want that either. But like 1 or 2 more remakes for CTR or like the Spyro Trilogy, spaced out over time with maybe a new game in between, would work out. It would take a long time for them to make everything, you know. I feel like we're talking like maybe even a decade of development for, you know, all the games they potentially could do. But they're probably not, you know, that's probably not going to happen. we'll just have to see what we get at the end of the day. The Insane Trilogy was awesome. There's no guarantee that the other remakes would be awesome, but I think if they follow the same formula and they keep improving upon it, that the remakes will continue to impress, and that they'll still be very, very good. Do 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 do. 309 is a very, very long category and not nearly as well developed as the any percent runs in this game. So it might be a little while before you see a 309 run. Hashtag one day, though. They should remake Crash Titans, but take everything and throw it in the bin. Try again, essentially. They're gonna... excuse me. They would basically just try again for Crash of the Titans. No, I don't think they would be announcing something completed. Like, even if they announced another remake, they would probably just announce intentions of doing another game. I would be down too, Captain Rimmer. Spyro Trilogy remake would be pretty awesome, especially if they got Insomniac to do it. Full trilogy plus Crash Bash. At that point, you might as well do the 606 Zekromaster. You would do Crash 1 and 2 100%, Crash 3 105, CTR 101, and then Bash 2 hundo. The full PS1 Fecta. The first 3 Spyro games. Spyro the Dragon, Spyro 2 Ripto's Rage, and Spyro Year of the Dragon. That would be the Spyro trilogy. Wow, that was kind of close. But yeah, I would be surprised. I think that it would be very likely that it would be Lost Treasures DLC announcement. A Crash Boom Bang remaster. Talk about a game they need to try again with. No, Spyro is not Crash. They're 2 totally different franchises. There's a lot of overlap between the Spyro and Crash fans in the community, but they're definitely different games. I don't think there's really a whole lot of arguments that say that Crash of the Titans is a bad game. It's just not really a Crash game, is what a lot of people's complaints are about Crash of the Titans. Is that it just doesn't feel like a Crash game. It kind of just feels like a beat 'em up, you know. And I totally understand that. You know, Crash Bandicoot was definitely a specific sort of game. It was a platformer, all through and through. So remember playing the Crash and Spyro crossover games? You're talking about the Fusion games on the GBA, right? The racing games don't either. I mean, yeah, but they're not trying to be. They're, I guess, like Crash of the Titans and Mind Over Mutant basically were like, they were kind of having platformer elements in them, whereas like a CTR was supposed to be a racing game. Like it was supposed to be different, and it was executed very well. But CTR was also a great game. It was very high quality. Yeah, there's definitely a small community of fans for the GBA games, Yoshi. That are and there's like, I know there's a couple runners who have been running, I think, the Crash Fusion games lately, both TAS and RTA, which is pretty cool. What's happening, Stu, Q-Tip Slave, and Wolf Zone? How are you guys doing today? Yeah, I think Zekro puts it pretty well. Like racing games like CTR and like your Crash Bashes or spin-offs, but Crash of the Titans and Mind Over Mutant are like continuations of the series, or are supposed to be more like canon, so to speak. You alright and hot? I've heard that there's another heat wave throughout like the UK and some other parts of Europe. Hopefully you're hanging in there, man. Heat waves are no joke. Oh god. There we go. Now we good. Oh, come on. Come on. That was baloney. That was some Oscar Mayer baloney right there. What's up, Penguin Pero? Would it be fast to leave digging it on secret exit at any percent now? I don't think it is, because you end up getting warped down to warp 6 once you get to the secret warp room, or warp 0, I should say. And you basically have to travel all the way back up from the basement to warp 4 to continue. So I don't actually think it's faster. There we go. Do 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 do. Oops. You can definitely get stuck underneath those things. Whoop, there we go. No worries, Mitch. Hope you have a good one. Next stream will be on Thursday. I'm generally off on Wednesdays. But I will be back on Thursday. And definitely hope to see you then. And I hope you have a good day, man. Thanks for hanging out today. Getting real hot in Denmark, followed by several rainy days. I also heard about the rain, too. That's something, actually, we have not had very much of in my area. There's been a lot of sunny days. Definitely going to soak it up, because when it starts getting cooler, like in the autumn and into the winter, it's going to be dark and rainy. It's definitely going to be dark and rainy. Yo, thank you, Mitch. Definitely will, man. Take care. Reminds you to buy a new keyboard someday. Hey, someday you should buy a new keyboard, Let's Play. Nailed it. I can't wait for it to be dark and rainy. I mean, I don't mind the ambiance and atmosphere of a dark and rainy day, but it is really nice to have sunlight as well. Oh, come on. I pressed jump. I pressed jump, man. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear how the committee says, oh, you didn't jump in time. I jumped. Again! Dude, again! The same exact thing happened. Ugh. Why? Why you do this? Why you do this? There we go. I feel like I got 2 buffered inputs in a row there. It definitely feels like I hit it. Definitely feels like I hit jump at the right time. 0 out of 10. Literally unplayable. Exactly. No, I'm just kidding. That's just like very annoying right there, where you get third mass form and you're cruising, and then yeah, sorry, you don't get a jump here. Sorry, buddy. Better luck next time though. And I'm like, yeah, thanks, video game. I appreciate you. What? Okay, there we go. Thank you for reading this sentence. You're welcome, Captain Schmucks. I'm the best Bandicoot? Dude, I didn't even realize I was a Bandicoot. In all honesty. In time trial, the death route is not faster. Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that? I think the time trial still is faster in the death route. Oh, RTA. Never mind. It might actually be faster to not go in the death route with the time crates. I now just realized what you meant by that. Because at first I thought you were talking about, like, if you're doing like a 102% speedrun, you shouldn't go in the death route, which I think you should go in the death route. But if you're talking about, like, you know, just with the timer and with the time crates and everything, now I get it. I'm with you. 73 months ago, you played your last Crash game on the 360. Which one was it? Nice gem get. Yo, thanks, man. I worked hard for it. I actually don't know how to jump around that gem. Like, I don't think you can. Like, the gem is just too close to the wall. So I'm not really sure what the strat is to avoid it. If there is one, for that matter. Titans? Oh, okay, I see. I see. Try sliding near the edge and slide into the wall and jump. Ah, if you go, like, basically if you go on the other side of the 3D range is what you're saying, right? I could see that. I could see that. We could try it. He does actually, Dark Navi. Throws the Wumpa Fruit like a champ. Like a true champion. Try going to the right and explode. Yo, sage advice right there from Super Dito. Giving the real hot tips. The hot tips you just won't get anywhere else. Awesome. Why is there 4 end bosses? You just can't get enough. All right, well, I kind of chickened out there because last time we tried to do the 1 cycle, it didn't work. But we got good RNG that time, so it worked out very well. Yo, Tiny Aiden, thank you for the 5 kappas, man. I do appreciate it. All right, so the time that we lost in Tiny, we definitely like more than made up for an engine, which is really cool. And on that note, back to the studio. Exactly, Jordan. Can't get enough of these bosses. Exactly, Uncle Iroh. Exactly, man. I have a minute to save in Warp 5? You're kidding. Dude, how? What happened? Dude, something glitched there, because Cortex, I don't think, is supposed to just sit there going like... Oh, that's... I don't know why I'm finding that so funny right now, but that's just like really tickling me. Please don't make jokes anymore. Dude, how long can we keep this going? How long can we keep the dad jokes coming? Yo, thanks, K Colo. I appreciate it. Thanks for the good luck. How you doing? You must be insane to play this, indeed. I might be, I don't know. Haven't figured that out yet. I'm just kidding, of course. What's up, generic streamer? How are you doing today? Welcome, welcome. Nice. Am I gonna play Warped? I'm not exactly sure which game I'll move on to after this. I probably should do Warped, but I kind of want to do Crash 1, because I really like Crash 1 in the Insane Trilogy. We'll see. Make 3 Crash dad jokes? Dude, you can't even tell a comedian to make a joke and have it go well. Whoa, okay. That's awesome, generic streamer. I'm glad to hear that you're doing well. And I'm glad we have that in common. It's definitely good to be doing well. You become as insane as Ripperoo? That's a tall order. That guy is pretty crazy. I don't know. Which of the three do you feel is the hardest to speedrun? The one that I had the hardest time learning personally was this one, Headfellow. And there's definitely still a lot of room for improvement as well, for that matter. So I think this one I personally had the most trouble speedrunning, but I think Crash 3 is probably the hardest, especially with some of the new tech that has come out. That one is probably the most technical of the three. That was some drop frames. That was a small amount of drop frames, guys. So we're good now. But I do apologize for that. Sometimes the internet does just drop frames. All right, take it easy, Gimmick. Thanks for hanging out today. Hope you have a good one, buddy. What kind of webcam do I use? I use a Logitech C920. Pretty much the gold standard, I think, for streaming webcams. There's a 922, which is a newer model out there that also does really well, but it's not that much different from the 920. So if you can find a secondhand one, that would be awesome. That sucks right there. I was just a little too slow to make it through that cycle, and I really wanted to keep 2 masks exiting pack attack, because then I could get 3rd mask form and piston it away and hopefully chain them together. But that's okay. Alright, take care, Yin Yang, as well. Hope you guys have a good one. But that's fine, though. Having 1 mask definitely does help. Can't be too picky at the end of the day. Yeah, hopefully you'll be able to pick up a thing or two, generic streamer. And if you have any questions about why I did something or even did not do something, just let me know. Yeah, I think you definitely can't help like some amount of drop frames. It's just gonna happen sometimes. And actually, the internet at this place has been like very stable for the most part. It's been very strong overall. No, not Rocket. Piston it away. Yeah, I don't know either. Sometimes it does happen. Sometimes things like that do happen, and sometimes it's hard to tell whether it's on like the recipient's end or, you know, or the streamer's end. Yo, thanks, generic streamer. Dude, you seem pretty chill too, for that matter. All right, Kins boy, sounds good. Take it easy, and thanks for hanging out today. I do appreciate it. All right, so that was a total breakdown of any and all movement, but that's fine. Can't do that. Can't do that. It always works out bad. It never looks good for our hero. It's a trap. Whoa, that was... Speaking of a trap, that was almost a very bad situation there. No! Oh, why did I go for it? I should have just waited. I thought I could make it. That sucks. 111.11? No! Okay. This is really scary. I feel really, like, bad about, like, missing that cycle just because, like, I probably shouldn't have gone for it. But I made a split-second decision to go for it, and it didn't work out, you know? I'm not exactly sure, Sir Simple. I would like to try it at some point, but I don't know when that day will come. It's okay. It's not rip run, but there's like a minute to save in Warp 5 that this is gonna cut into that time save unless my movement is like freaking amazing throughout the rest of the warp room. So that's a bummer, because I kind of just want to, like, destroy this run and get, like, a 109. I think that would have been sick. Like, if I could have, like, a perfect Warp 5 and then just get, like, a, like, 109 just right here, right now, that would be super cool. But that's okay. We'll be fine. Bringing a mask into Spaced Out, too, which is really nice. So I don't think we actually had that luxury in our last run, either. Yeah, definitely rip level. It's an avoidable thing, too. It's not like, oh, I had a buffered input, or like, oh, I, had this really crazy strat that I went for and just kind of messed it up. It was just, like, greed. It was literally just greed. Not necessarily no tech soldier. We're still definitely well within the money of PBing. Like I said, it was a matter of, like, if that level had gone perfectly, I would have a chance to, like, crush this PB. As it stands, I have a full minute of time save in Warp 5, and that basically just cuts into that time save, which is fine. Oops. Gonna bring a mask into Rocket too, so there we go. But yeah, it basically just cuts into the potential time save. Otherwise, we're pretty much sitting pretty at this point. We've got 46 seconds ahead going into the warp room, and we did not lose we did not lose a metric ton of time in Piston It Away. That was actually a pretty strong Spaced Out, I want to say. Like, nothing really happened. Nothing really too bad happened there. I gotta say, it was a good day. All right, so basically we just gotta hold our own in Rocket and Cortex, and we'll be good. Yo, what's going on, Raffy boy? How you doing today? How is it pronounced? Is it pronounced like Moen or Moin, or how is it pronounced? What's my usual stream schedule? I stream daily, starting at 9 a.m. PDT, which is Pacific U.S. time. I stream usually for about 6 or 7 hours each day, and Wednesdays and Saturdays are my days off. Every other day of the week, you can expect me to stream starting at that time and going for about 6 or 7 hours, as I mentioned earlier. And as always, if there are any changes to the schedule, I usually post about it on Discord and on Twitter. So that's also, those are good avenues to follow. Even if you don't care about my tweets or hanging out in the community, to stay informed about the stream schedule if there are any changes, for example. Yo, let's freaking go. I just kind of YOLO'd that cycle and it worked. The second of your pronunciations was very close. Is it Moin? Moin? Mine? Mine? Forgive my joking around, but I'm trying to think of, like, how can I modify that to make it sound like more more correct, and I don't really know, actually. I'd probably just have to hear somebody say it. Alrighty, so it looks like we're not going to get the 109, but doesn't look like we'll get the 109, but we should get a pretty solid, still get a pretty solid PB. All right, sounds good, generic streamer. Take it easy, man. Thanks for hanging out today. I do appreciate it. Big toe on your right foot hurts? Question mark. Sure. I guess, maybe. You would know better than I. Oh, it was very correct before the joking. It was like moin. Fair enough. Yo, sage advice there from Corpsey as well. Just don't fuck up, streamer. Okay, so yeah, the death and spaced out cost us a little bit, but another very solid PB.